Pre-game. No, thank you. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, Fee? How's it going? Lovely to see you. We got just over a minute. See we're in. I see you're in the UK, as am I. Therefore, I can say, happy 12:30. If that's ever been said before. Minute in. Let's get ready to do this. Let's put that little 30-second countdown on. Oi, oi, it's Jamie. What's up, Jamie? Should we go for a little emoji check? Bang, 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 bang. Some would say that's too many emojis. Who knows? I guess we'll never know. That's the sort of mood I'm in today. Good luck. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. What's up, team? Hello and welcome to Motosumo. My name is Ben Parsons. I'm here in London, in the UK, ready to take you through your class. Team, this is your 45-minute endurance game. This is a joy to teach. I always love this one because it's the sort of class that you can lock into. So this is your engine builder. It sounds dramatic, but it's all about your sort of cardiovascular, if you want to get a bit more scientific. It's all about sort of taking away recovery, longer rounds, sort of hardly any breaks, but in the sense that we don't absolutely smash it out. So we keep that intensity a little bit lower in general, and therefore we keep doing stuff for a little bit longer. So, essentially another way of looking at it, is the first half an hour isn't going to be mad hard. You should never be peaking with that heart rate. It should just gradually be going up and up and up. The camera's flipped, so it should be going up and up and up. There you go. I worked it out. Cool, that's basically how it works. You don't really need to know about the rounds and what specifically we are doing, just to know that it is endurance. I will be shouting out what that means, getting a bit more technical with it, but for now, let's get into it. So, the way we're gonna start is the way we start in all our classes, is by bringing it down to resistance 0. I forgot to mention, team, a couple of things. If you're doing that on demand, get on one of our live classes, or when you can, go on one of our live classes so I can see you on the leaderboard, so you can see other people on the leaderboard, and it keeps you accountable. The other thing is, if you're doing this in a gym right now, a big team display, I want you to download our app. Because then you could also be on that leaderboard with Fee and Jamie, the legends that they are. Finally, please do check out our premium service as well. Amazing features, 7-day free trial. Get on it. Anyway, as I was saying, bring it all the way down to that resistance 0. So we don't want any resistance there whatsoever. So super easy to move those legs. Some would say too easy. Yes, Andy. Jamie, Andy, you do not miss a class, do you? Here every day, turning up. That's what we like. Oh, a big shout out. Got a lot of speed endurance today. Basically, speed endurance is low sort of resistance, exactly what we're in now, but just for a long amount of time. I'll talk you through more about it when we get into it, but once you found that resistance one, let's put some bangers on and let's get into it. What's up, Sonia? How are we? Cool team. So we're gonna be starting. Where's my playlist? There it is. We start in 3, in 2, in 1. Big tune to start things off. There's 2 main things we concentrate on, or 2 main metrics that we concentrate on throughout this class, or any class in fact. You've got your resistance and your cadence. Your resistance is basically the weight under your feet, the gears of your bike. Another way of looking at it is with resistance 1 being your flat road, i.e. you're not going up any decline or incline, you're not going uphill or downhill. Every time we go up in resistance, it's almost like you're going up a steeper and steeper hill until you get to that resistance 4. And that resistance 4 is like climbing the heaviest, steepest hill. Obviously, you're going to be able to reach different speeds in different resistances, but right now, we're just chilling out in that nice low resistance. Fee, Jamie, and Andy seem to already be on a sprint, but that's up to them. Me and Sonia just chilling out as I explain these things. The other main thing is your cadence. Your cadence, which some of you already know, the higher that number is, the faster you're going. The lower that number is, the slower you're going. I'm going nice and slow. Some other people in this class are going nice and quick already, and that's fine. But they are also color coordinated. So the lowest is gray. We don't worry about gray. We never need to be in gray. Then you've got blue, then you've got green, you've got yellow, you've got red. Red is that fastest one, red is that absolute sprint, max out. Blue is that low one. It doesn't just mean slow. We could also be in that resistance 4, grinding it out. So they all mean different things. So I can either, once again, be shouting out your sort of colors or numbers. So there's those various things. We're gonna get into a nice 3-minute warm-up. So we're gonna go straight into that long round because it's an endurance game and we'll be banging on about this the whole time. Like a broken record, but just to remind you, as we come into this 3-minute round, we're gonna talk about technique. Because the moment you can lock into this technique, especially in endurance, you think about like the Tour de France and everything. The moment they start to get a bit lazy with their technique, everything goes out the window. You need to be on it. So that's what we're gonna do. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's get ready to do this. I hope you lot are doing amazingly. Good morning to those in the States. Good afternoon to those in the UK. And good evening to those who are doing this on the on-demand. That covers everyone. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're just lifting our pace up. You don't need to go any higher than sort of 105 now. This is just a push pace. We're just getting into this. So that technique, gentle bend of those arms, shoulders drop back. Nice and straight. Chest push through. Just breathing, just driving it. Three, 2, 1, little speed up team. Just when you add a little bit of speed there. And so we're going to be having lots of these speed endurances where we're going to be changing tiny little bits in terms of your cadence. We're working a lot with cadence today. And we're working with little changes, so that's the sort of theme of the class. Little changes, but working constantly. Obviously the main theme is endurance. The main theme is building up that engine, building up your sort of cardiovascular, your aerobic capacity, if you want to get a little bit nerdy. But we're early on. It's only the beginning. All right, pick it up again. 3, 2, 1. The recoveries we do come on, well, the only time I say pull it back, unlike other classes in which when I mean recover, I mean actually recover. In these, you will always, unless I forget, so just do this anyway, but I will try and remember, always drop down to resistance 1 and keep somewhere between about 80 to 95, so you're never fully recovering. Sitting in those 80s, what's up JC? Boom! Sitting in those 80s in resistance 1 should be relatively easy. I just don't want you to ever completely recover. Four, 3, 2, 1. We slow it down. Remember what I said? Slow it down. You hold a little bit of a pace. Go, let's straight in here, team. Let's start to build our way back up. By back up, I mean up. So we're going to start with a 30-second push. Just getting back onto your pace. In 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds in that resistance 1. Back on race pace. Race pace for today. Doesn't need to be red zone. I don't need red zone. It's going to be a long class if you're banging out red zone already. Remember what I said? First half an hour should feel alright. But then because we're really hardly taking breaks, it's going to start kicking in. Resistance 2 coming up, 90 seconds of work. Take it up. 3, 2, 1. 90 seconds. Let's go. Resistance 2. Somewhere in those 90s. Today's race pace is not like a stronger together race pace, like a fast and fun race pace. It's a bit different. Because we're just going to be riding this whole time. Think about rolling hills, think about gradual inclines for a long amount of time. First time in this resistance 2, remember, it's like you put those brakes on a little bit, like you're coming up that gentle hill. This is what we're climbing up right now, that gentle hill. Yeah, another 30 seconds here. I love this playlist because it's all like happy, especially that first song. And it takes a little turn, doesn't it? Coming into this next song. A good turn in terms of bring that intensity, but I don't want you to get too carried away with it. 10 seconds, you know what to do, drop it down to resistance 1. That's your recovery. Call it active recovery. 3, 2, 1, drop it down. Resistance 1, don't let those legs go. Active recovery, little heads up here team. Anytime you're in a gym class, or you're doing a Motosumo class and you mention active recovery, it's very sneaky, isn't it? Because it's fundamentally not recovery. It's quite literally not recovery. But we call it recovery. What's up, Bono? Okay, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. 30 seconds resistance 2, 90 seconds resistance 3. We build our way up. So let's come into that 30 seconds in resistance 2. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Constant work. We're just gonna build our way up now. That's gonna be the sort of way to get into that main section. Remember, working with little changes today. How's your form doing? Give yourself a quick tick sheet of checking in everything. Boom, 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 lock it in place. You don't want to be rigid. Resistance 3. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Resistance 3. Somewhere in those 80s probably. Sonia, boom, love that. Working our way up. Yo, loving these numbers. I see some true resistance 3s coming in. Because look, I'm sure all of you, if I told you to really push, you could get up to like 95, maybe even 100. I don't want that, as you know. You guys are smashing these numbers. It's just about the consistency. Because if I asked you to push, you would struggle later in the class. If I asked you to push, you wouldn't be able to pull back to my active recovery, which is what we're aiming for. In a way, it's more important that you're able to pull back to a recovery. 4, 3, 2, 1, resistance 1. If you compare it to sort of working on endurance when you're out running, anyone can sprint and then walk, sprint and then walk, sprint and then walk. This is not about that. This is about fast run and then jog. It's not about the two extremes, that's a fast and fun. This is about pulling it in and pulling that in. So you're working between those two zones. You're not working between 1 and 100, you're working between 20 or even 30 and 70. See what I mean? That's the mindset. 30 seconds resistance 3, 90 seconds resistance 4, 3, 2, 1, resistance 3. There it is. There it is. Finding that pace, just ticking over. Resistance 4 in 3, 2, 1. Take it up there. Oi! I don't know why. I've taught hundreds of classes, yet every time I come up into resistance 4, I'm like, whoa! Why is it so heavy? And I'm like, oh no, that's the point. That's exactly the point. You know what, maybe I could just not make it go that high and I could pretend, but that's not what I do. I always say I'm your instructor, but I'm your guide, but I'm also your co-rider, so I'm doing this with you. This is why I've added all that resistance. Somewhere between about 65 and 75, maybe 65 to 80. Son, you need to add way more resistance onto that. This is heavy. Big up, 10 seconds there. You know what to do. Resistance 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, free them legs up. Free them legs up. And give me that water. Yummy. We freed it up, but we're gonna have to go all the way back up there, heading onto a lovely first 5-minute climb. working with small changes. And we're gonna work with small changes to start with in terms of your cadence. So we're gonna bring it up to that resistance 4. We're gonna be 5 minutes standing up the entire time, if you can. We're gonna be working with small changes within that cadence. Start to build it up for me. 5 minutes out your seat. We're all good. I know it's a bit of, not that one. It's a little bit of this. It's a little bit of this. It's a little bit of this. Probably a lot of this. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So settle into your pace, set into that technique, and here we are. Cool, just clock on to what cadence you're hearing right now. Just take note of that, take mental note of that. I say take mental note, you're literally looking at the number right now. We're gonna be playing around. 20 seconds. I want you to add on maybe about 3. So it's gonna just be a little bit. We're not gonna go for a sprint and then pull back. We're just gonna add that little bit. It's not gonna be a big change, but it's gonna be enough to just lift that energy. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. A tiny change for me, I'm just jumping on that beat. But again, whatever that meant to you, everyone's gonna be on a different time right now. Everyone's gonna be on that different cadence. You're working on your own cadence. We've just lifted out that little bit. Taking that number off in 3, 2, 1. So you're pulling back to that base pace. Don't worry if you still want to sort of push at that pace. I wouldn't, because remember, it's not about really going for it. So we pulled back to that original number. Remember that original number? That's your number. This is also, team, a really good time to really work on keeping to your own cadence. Tell you what, it's quite hard. When you've got a beat going in that music and you're thinking in your head, completely avoid it. You don't want to do that. Just stick to your own number, stick to yourself. Let's add that back on. 3, 2, 1, all right. So we're in your slightly faster number. Okay, ready to take it off? 3, 2, 1, all right. Big old hill, isn't it? Halfway in this 5-minute round. I know, Fee. I know. But doing well, Jamie, Andy. Sticking with me. I'm sure you are, Sonia, absolutely smashing it. So back to that OG number. I reckon we go for that again. 3, 2, 1. Lift it. Three, 2, 1. Putting it back, remember. Putting it back. Okay, now for that last minute. That's the last minute of this climb, and yes, we've been climbing for a long time. We're gonna stay at that slightly faster pace for the entire minute, and then we're down to that resistance 1. And then you get your little active recovery. 7 seconds. As that beat kicks back in, we're going 3, 2, 1. So we're going through to the end of the minute. Dig deep, dig deep. Ready to jump down. Resistance 1, remember you're finding that sort of mid-level pace. 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. All the way down. So this is not your push pace. Come on man, I'm thirsty. I'm a thirsty boy. It's a bit of this, you know. Bit of this. Okay, how are we? We've reached that halfway mark in the class. This has been a joy so far. Hope you're doing it wonderfully. Right. Another 5-minute round coming up. We'll start in 30 seconds. Keep this nice steady pace. Same sort of thing, the same sort of structure, but we do it in terms of speed endurance. So it's all going to be in resistance 1. And instead of messing around, I say messing around, instead of changing around the cadence or your speed, you change around your resistance. So what you're going to do is you're going to find just a base level. And potentially you're going to hold that cadence, that number, for 5 minutes constantly. And we just change that resistance. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. So what's it going to be? Somewhere between 100 and 110, I reckon. It's going to be about where you want to be, roughly. Adding on your speed, let's go. No, sorry, tell a lie, adding on a little bit of resistance, hold your cadence. I completely made that up. So remember, you hold that same number. You hold that same number, you added that bit of resistance. Sorry, Andy. Sorry, Jenny. Sorry, Fee. So you've added on that tiny bit of resistance. Putting it back to your original resistance in 3, in 2, in 1. Get back to that OG. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Now it's every 30 seconds we go between them. So now you're at your same cadence. Remember, we hold that same cadence the whole time. We're just adding a little bit, taking it off. I think I got excited by the drop. I just wanted to push. That's not the point of the round. 7 seconds. We add that resistance once again. 3, 2, 1. Doesn't need to be much, just needs to be a little bit. Then you hold that same number. So we're not going up to resistance 2, just that little change.
I never felt the way I do. Well, couldn't need one but you. If I were to lose you now, I don't know what I might do.
Take it up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it off. Adding on in 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Maintain, maintain. Feet don't get excited by the drop. All we're doing is holding a number. Same cadence. Same cadence. You've still got like 18 minutes. We've got plenty of time for you to really go for it. Release it in 3, 2, 1. Remember, not only have we just been riding, we've been riding solidly for like, I was about to run the math then, but 27 minutes? I don't know, something like that. That's me doing maths in my head. Okay, same as last time, we hold that last bit for the whole minute. 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Three, 2, 1. Release it. Hold that 80s. Boom. Sick. Love that. Love that. Really good work. Really strong. Okay. To sort of enter us into, and remember what I always say with this, there's always like a gap between the first half an hour and then the next 15 minutes. There was 15 minutes in an endurance game. It starts to get like a little intense. So a good way to make sure we're all in that same mood is one of these bad boys. Little race. Now I know you three love a race. Resistance 2. You know what to do. 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And remember, you're dropping it out to resistance 1 and holding 80s after that. So you still keep those legs moving. Oh my word, look at the numbers on the screen right now. Whoever's on my team's gonna lose. Seconds. $15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
Sorry, I'm not doing it. I was taking a break. Oh my gosh. It's you can probably tell I needed it. I was enjoying an actual break. I was like, no, this is endurance game. Jamie, ridiculous number. Andy, ridiculous number. Fee, ridiculous. You were all within about 14 meters of each other. That's insane. There, 3 trophies. Enjoy them. Okay. Big long round coming up. 8 minutes on the clock. Resistance 4. Standing up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm gonna be with you. 2 minutes in each resistance, jumping between them. We're gonna go 4, 1, 3, 2. So we start with your 4, we start with your climb. Lovely numbers. How are we feeling post-race? I knew you lot would enjoy that. Yes, what's up, Maya? Remember, we drop down all the way to resistance 1 after this. So I want to see you holding for 2 minutes, somewhere between about 105 to 115. So sort of teetering between yellow and red at the top there. Nice, Maya. Okay, 15 seconds coming into that next track. We get ready to go. We get ready to drop into that resistance 1. What's up, Eagle is? Drop it down in 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Resistance 1, all the way. Lovely speed, yes Jamie, yes Andy, yes Fee. Not messing around. Yes Sadie, what's up? We're in resistance 1 right now. Banging out some speed. Two minutes in each resistance, we go 4, 1, 3, 2. 3 minutes done, 5 minutes to go in this round. Also, purple zone. We know what that means. 9 to 10 minutes left. What's up, Marcin? Yes, Andy, yes, V, yes, Jamie. Amazing speed. So we're going to be adding on that resistance, heading up to resistance 3, especially after all this riding and towards the end of the class. Bearing in mind, you want to save that little bit of energy for your absolute finisher. We want to hold probably in those 80s when we hit up that resistance 3. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Resistance 3. Big names. Yes, right, guys. Yes, sir. This is endurance. This is old school endurance. This is the song to lead us there. We've only got a couple more tracks before we're done. We're in that purple zone. We're taking it to the finish line. It's like assuming that sort of coming towards the end position, isn't it? It's like boom, boom, boom. Streamline as it gets. Ooh. Ready to release it up. 20 seconds. We got resistance too. Oh yes, Jen, do. 4, 3, 2, 1. Resistance 2. Let's see some speed. Yes, Jen. Joining for the last 2 minutes. That's not true. The last 7 minutes. Go on, Raga, Zara, Sadie, Andy, Jen, Jamie, Fee. Resistance 2 right now. Letting them legs go. Boom, doom, doom, doom. Loving these numbers. We're getting that team. You know, I'm gonna give us a big old stretch. One that we deserve. 30 seconds. You're gonna take it up to resistance 4. We're not gonna be pushing straight away. I'll tell you what to do. You can actually come into a bit of a recovery. A short one, you're gonna take it up to resistance 4 in 20 seconds. Woo. Three, 2, 1. Resistance 4. We've got just over a minute left. Okay, give me a push pace. In resistance 4. In 3, 2, 1. Resistance 4. 10 seconds time. We drop it down to resistance 2. You give me a 1 minute race. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1 minute only. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Amazing. Breathe there, how are we? Just sort of enjoy the music, enjoy that resistance zero, enjoy breathing, enjoy the fact that we are done. And we get a nice long cool down. Jamie, Fee, Andy, Jen, Sadie, Marcin, Zara, Raga, legends, the lot of you. Just roll those shoulders back for me. And let's take them forward. Lean your head over. Nice. Over to the other side. Lean forward. Come up. Take another deep breath in with me. Let's stand up. Just push those heels back. Give me that little wiggle into it. Very nice. Spin around it, that's the same thing on the other side. A little wiggle into it there. Focusing on those hamstrings. Good, then you're gonna come in, push that heel down. Really push it down. Let's just do the same thing on the other side. Grab your hands in front. Give a little wiggle out. Turn behind. Roll the shoulders back, take them up. Round and in. We are done. Thank you so much, you absolute legends, for another wonderful session here at Motosumo. That was endurance at its best. You guys are absolutely wicked. Bit of a silly one, but that's what we like, that's what we come in for. Make sure you find us on social media, make sure you check out our premium service as well. You like our wicked peace and love team, and I'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye.